I can't. Oh, I can hear you now.
We're good
Can you hear
now.
me?
We're crisp and clear. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
Good. How was it? It's hot in New York.
It's hot here. It's horrible, actually.
So how was your day?
It's good. Busy. Good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so give us a small introduction.
Okay.
We'll get into some questions, and then we'll talk about your journey.
Okay. I'm Amber. I am maker and owner of AmHappy soap.
All right. And you're in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Yeah, I'm in a suburb just north of Austin.
Okay, cool. And how's COVID treating you?
I mean, Austin is, like everywhere, lots of cases, but quarantine has been fine. I'm quarantined with my husband and 3 lovely kids, so it's kind of been okay. I've been fine with my business, so.
Yeah, and I wonder what's wrong with us as a country that we can't stay at home with our family.
Yeah, it's been okay for me.
Obviously, not for some.
Yes, that is true. I have heard that. Yes.
So we're going to get into some questions to talk about you a little more, learn about you a little more, and then we get into your business.
Okay.
All right. What word or phrase do you overuse?
Cute.
Even when it's not.
I mean, a lot of things are cute. I say it a lot.
All right, cool. What is your least favorite thing to do?
Oh. Clean a bathroom.
Okay. What is your most favorite thing to do?
Running.
All right. What is the one thing your spouse or significant other would want to change about you?
Hopefully nothing. But he would probably say my extreme punctuality. It's a fault.
What makes you tick?
Oh, creating.
Okay. What irks you the most?
Irks me?
Yeah, what irks you the most?
Oh, people not being punctual.
That's why he wants you to change that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What sound makes you happiest?
Oh, I don't know. My kids laughing, my kids being happy.
How old are they?
9, 11, and 13.
All right, you got a little crew.
Yeah.
All right. What sound bothers you?
Probably my dogs barking outside because I hate to bother my neighbors.
Okay. What profession other than your own would you like to try?
Oh, I don't know. If I wasn't making soap, I would probably go back to hairstyling. I was a hairstylist before.
Okay. All right. What would you want on your tombstone?
Oh, happy.
All right. What is it about your personality that drives your business?
Probably my inner drive. I'm kind of hyper. I like to get things done. I think that helps.
Okay. What is it about your personality that hinders your business?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not very profit driven. That's probably hindering my bottom line.
That'll hinder your business, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, why is that? Are you a trust fund baby?
No, definitely not. I mean, what I love is to make. I love to make soap and create things and share things, and share them. I hate to sell things. So it's the selling that I don't love. So
Yeah,
I don't focus on that. I focus on making and creating.
yeah, but the making and creating costs.
Yeah.
Materials, overhead.
Yeah. Well, thankfully my soap somewhat sells itself.
Who would you travel cross country with on a motorcycle?
My husband.
Does he ride?
He does.
All right. Okay. What was your favorite concert?
Oh. Dashboard Confessional.
Okay.
Does that age me?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay.
No, say the name again.
Dashboard Confessional.
I don't know. Is it what kind of music?
Oh, like indie pop. I don't know.
Are they a Texas group?
No, I don't think they're from here.
Okay. Right.
Look them up.
I will. What impact do you want to leave on your industry?
Positivity.
Okay. Do you have like soap clubs?
No, but that's a great idea. I do feel like the soap community is very, very active and supportive of each other. So I do feel like just Instagram in general, we're our own little soap club. Sure.
All right. Cool. When was the most difficult time for your business and how did you overcome it?
Oh, that's a tough question because again, I'm not profit driven. So I haven't really had a big hardship. It's all been great.
All right. God bless you. Do you have any Black friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you often see people of color in your industry?
Yes, I know quite a few Black soapers. They're great. They're better than me.
Okay. Who would you most like to have a conversation with?
Oh, like ever?
Okay, give me a ever and give me a now.
I don't know. Brene Brown.
Okay.
She's great.
All right.
And yeah, let's go with her.
Who's Brene Brown?
Brene Brown. Look her up. She's great. She writes books about her first book was about vulnerability. She's very inspirational. She's great.
I'm with that. All right. So we're done with the questions.
Okay, great.
So now we can get into your journey. And where I like to start is from high school.
Okay.
And tell us what you did up until now and the things that pointed you in the direction you're in now.
Okay. Well, high school was normal. I grew up in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I went to hair school in Utah, fresh out of high school. So I moved to Utah, went to hair school, and got married.
So you went to high school in Utah from Michigan?
Yeah.
That's a long way away. How long was the school?
It was like a year, just over a year.
Okay.
So went to hair school. I got married really young.
Hold on.
I was 19.
I was about to say, did you get married that fast? But okay. So,
yeah, I did.
I'm like, how do you go from high school to hair school to marriage? I'm like, wait a second, there's some years in there.
No.
Like, no.
Nope. It was fast. It was really fast.
Okay, so you're in Michigan. You go to Utah. You're in
Yes.
hair school. Did you know when did you meet your husband?
In Utah, when I was in hair school, we met.
Okay.
And he was in college. He's in advertising. He's a designer, so he does a lot of my design stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, so we met there and then moved to LA. We lived in California for a while. I did hair. He worked for an ad agency. And then we moved to Idaho. And we built a little hair studio in our house. So I was doing hair and having babies. And we have been in Texas now for 8 years. So soap, I guess, came into this.
Okay, so when you first moved to Texas, was it Austin?
Yeah. We've been in Austin or Austin suburbs since we moved here.
Okay, and how do you compare Texas, Utah, and Michigan?
Well,
okay,
I like.
Are you a college football fan?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
All right.
I mean, I like Texas the best. Michigan's too cold. I mean, Texas.
Utah is Utah.
Utah was fine. It was fine for school. I do like West, like Utah. It was beautiful. But Texas is home now. We love Texas.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're a stylist for X amount of years, and how did you start dabbling in soap?
I had always loved handmade soap. It was kind of what I would gravitate to in a store or a market. And I had done a little bit of research about how to make it, and it scared me a little bit. There's a lot of chemical components that it scared me. So I knew a guy who owned a soap company in Austin, and he let me come over and watch him make soap one day. And
what's his name?
His company was called Round Rock Soap Company. His wife's name is Jessica. I'm blanking on his name.
That's fine.
But anyway, he didn't necessarily, I mean, he taught me in a way, but more just let me watch him make soap. And that's really all I needed to get over my little bit of fear about handling the chemicals.
Now, what chemicals are bad in soap?
I mean, you use lye, which is...
Can you do it without lye or no?
No. All soap has lye. So there are ways to make soap now, like with like a melt and pour base, but the lye has already been done for you. So you need lye to make soap.
So, okay, what does lye do?
It turns your oils into soap. So you have an oil, like a lye in liquid solution and an oil solution, and you mix them together, and it's that chemical reaction turns it into soap.
And all this technology, and we hadn't found out a way to do it without that. That's not your responsibility. I mean, you know, the huge people that make money off of it.
Yeah, and it's not, I mean, once it's mixed together, it's not dangerous. Obviously, it's not dangerous. We all rub it all over our bodies. But yeah, it's dangerous.
To make.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he let me watch him, and that was probably 2016. And then I spent the next year, I'd say, collecting supplies and ingredients and trying a few things here and there. And it was very hobby driven. I wanted to make it for gifts, and I wanted to make it for myself. So it really started really slow.
Okay, that's good and that's safe. That's kind of how I got started with my business. Very slow. Until it picked up and it picked up and it picked up and it picked up, and it wasn't slow anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start making soap, and in the beginning, where were you making it? At home?
Yeah.
And
I still make it at home.
yes, yes, smart. What were you thinking after the first time you made a couple of orders?
Well, I mean, it didn't go as smoothly as my friend who was making it. And I remember it was like before I was really, I mean, I was on Instagram, but not really as a soaper. And I remember not wanting to bother him with like, you know, my soap cracked or it has all this ashy stuff on it. Like, what am I doing wrong? So I feel like I texted him maybe a couple of times with questions, and then I kind of felt like I was on my own. So it was a lot of just my own Googling and
Yeah,
research.
that takes a lot longer.
It takes a lot longer. Yeah. And I do feel like that's kind of why I answer so many questions on Instagram because I didn't have anybody to ask. So when people ask me stuff, I am usually more than happy to answer because I wish that I had had somebody to answer a silly question for me.
Yeah, you know, with what we do, there's a lot of guys that jump in this themselves. There's a lot of people that try to learn it. I did it solo. It takes so much time.
Yeah.
You know, 6, 8 months, a year,
Yeah.
when you can go to someone, get the training, and it's 3, 4, 5, 6 months and get it all.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think if I had known it was going to turn into a business, I probably would have tried to take a class or fast track it somehow. But at this point, it was just like something I knew I loved to do. And so I was just figuring it out as I went.
Yeah, and that's the thing about figuring it out is the will has already been created.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, and it happens in all industries. A lot of us just want to try to figure it out, and it's time. It's time. So so once you figured out and your soaps were good,
Yeah.
you have a lot of excess material, or were you just using them all and giving them out?
I mean, I was gifting a lot, and that was turning into sales. I was selling kind of just on the side to friends and family who had used my soap and loved it. So I feel like that was also very organic growth. I was just slowly selling it to people who had gotten their hands on it one way or the other through teacher gifts or neighbor gifts or.
Oh, so you gifted it. It was really marketing.
It was really marketing. And not intentional because I'm not a good salesperson at all, but it was, yeah, I mean, I love to gift. Like that's one of my love languages. So it was very natural for me to be giving my soap away all the time. I still give it away all the time.
Okay. So at what point did you think, did you know you were onto something?
I don't know. I mean, we started my website maybe 3 years ago. So I guess then when I decided to make the leap to actually have a website instead of people texting me to order their soap.
People text me, I'm like, man, I cannot run a business on the phone. You gotta send an email.
I still do. I do a lot of Instagram sales DM stuff, so I'm still doing it.
Okay, so you put up a website and you got the e-commerce going.
Yeah.
How did you market the website? Or was that connected to Instagram to send people to your website?
I didn't market the website. It was, yeah, I feel like Instagram. So really, I started my website 3 years ago, and it was fine. I wasn't necessarily able to make as much soap as I wanted to make because I wasn't selling a ton of soap. So really last spring, we started my subscription box, and that's really when the corner turned for me as far as my Instagram all of a sudden did really well. I was getting a lot of sales through Instagram. I was starting wholesale. So it was really about 1.5 years ago, I'd say, that it really
Okay, so
started being something.
talk to me about your subscription box. What's up with that?
Okay, so I have a subscription box. It is hosted through Cratejoy. Have you heard of Cratejoy?
Nope.
So Cratejoy is almost like Etsy, but for subscription boxes. So it's a marketplace. Anybody can have a subscription. You could have a subscription box and sell whatever you want. So my thought was that soap disappears as you use it. So if I have a consistent way to sell my soap and get it in people's hands every month. So I have a 1, 2, and 3 bar a month box that I ship out once a month.
Okay. Can you give me the price of that?
Yeah. My 1 bar a month is $8.50.
Okay.
And then I have like prepay options too. Like you can sign up for a 3-month, or people gift it a lot. They'll sign up their mom for a 6-month soap subscription, and then once a month I send their mom a bar of soap.
All right. And 2 months and 3 months. Those are your subscriptions.
I do a 3-month or a 6. Every month you can get billed, every 3 months, or every 6 months.
Okay. So, all right.
And then you choose how many bars. You can either get 1, 2, or 3 bars a month. And they're about $8.50 a bar.
Right. So how much did that increase your production? The subscriptions?
A lot. I would say half of my business is subscription boxes and the other half is wholesale. So a lot.
So how much soap are you making a week?
Oh, a lot. I don't know. A lot. I mean, as much as I have time for. I have 8 molds, so I can technically make 80 bars a day. I don't make that 7 days a week though, and I don't fill all of my molds every day.
So 80 bars you can make. Do you often make 80 bars a day?
Today I did. Yesterday I made no bars. The day before I made 40. So it kind of depends on if I'm, working on a wholesale order or making my bars for a subscription box, things like that.
Okay. Is there a particular bar that's more popular than others?
Yeah, I mean, I probably have, I make a lot. I change it. I change it up a lot. The creator in me has a hard time like only making 5 types. So I have a lot, but I would say I generally have 5 to 10 bestsellers at a time, like bars that I'm consistently selling. And
are the bars the same size? Do you have big bars, small bars?
I have basically 2 sizes of bars. I have a regular bar of soap, and then I have samples. So like a subscription box comes with 1 bar and 1 sample, and my samples are 1/4 of a bar. So I have, some tiny sample size and then regular.
And the sample is more marketing.
Yeah, because people will get a sample in their box and then want that one or want that one extra next time, or yeah.
Okay, I like it. What's the biggest order of wholesale you've had?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe like 300. I don't have big molds. I really am truly a small batch soap maker. So when people want to order a lot more than that, I don't usually say yes because I don't have the equipment or the space or the time to handle it. So I'd say a normal wholesale order is 50 bars. A big one I would say is 200, and I would say I max out at 300 or 400.
Okay. And what time frame do you give an order like that?
Um, well, that changes a little bit. Soap takes 6 weeks to make. So, I mean, it has to like sit on a shelf drying out for 4 to 6 weeks. So if somebody orders and I have what I need to make it, I can make it in the next couple of days, but then I still need 4 weeks for it to cure. So I tell people 4 to 6 weeks. But I have a lot of wholesale accounts who order what I have in stock. Like they want 10
Give me what
varieties,
you got on the shelf.
5 of each. I'll take 5 of each, whatever you have. So I do a lot of that as well.
So who's your wholesale clientele?
Stores, other small stores. I have a spa in Germany, and I have another one in Guam.
Wow.
And then everybody else is either a Texas local store or other little stores who have found me on Instagram.
And most of these people have found you on Instagram.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. How do your kids like soap making?
My what?
How do your kids like soap making?
Well, they don't make soap because it's dangerous. But they love my soap making, and they are great little helpers with the things I let them help with. So they love it. This is like their favorite room to come and hang out. There's usually a couple kids and a couple dogs on the floor chatting and asking to help with something. So they're great.
We have a question here. Do you have flavored soap?
Flavored? Like that you can eat?
That's Jeff. Who knows what he means? But yeah, let's say that you can eat.
They all smell great. You shouldn't eat any of my soaps though. They won't kill you.
Right, you probably shouldn't eat any soap.
No, but they smell great.
Yeah, so there you go, Jeff. They have flavors, but not edible flavors.
Right, they're scents. Scents is a better word than flavors.
Yes. He's from he's my homeboy. He's from the backwoods of Louisiana.
Oh, cool.
What are some of your scents?
Oh, I would say that I specialize in fruity, citrus. I do a lot of sweet smelling. I love minty soap. I make a lot of masculine soap as well. I have a pretty wide range. I would say the only thing I don't do a lot of is floral scents. I have a handful of florals that I love and sell quite a bit of, but I have more citrus.
Okay, so let me tell you what I thought was strange.
What?
You know, being a Southern boy, you walk into that damn Yankee candle shop, and they got candles smelling like apple pie. You got soap that smells like that?
Yeah. Is that weird to you?
Yes.
Oh, it smells great.
Okay, so what food flavored soaps do you have? You have peach cobbler?
Do what? What did you say?
I said, what other food smelling soaps do you have? You have peach cobbler?
No, but that sounds great too. I mean, I would say one of my best sellers is a lemon soap. I have a lemon scrub, it's called. Orange, I have a really good sweet orange soap. Christmas time, I'll have definitely more like, food, sugar cookie, pecan pie, stuff like that.
Really? What about pumpkin?
Yeah, pumpkin. It's almost October. I have a whole bunch already curing over there.
Caleb goes, how about bacon?
No, but I have made a lot of soap that looks like bacon on accident.
Does it sell?
Yeah, because it usually smells good. It doesn't smell like bacon. Usually those I chop up into samples though.
All right. Okay. I mean, if you're into it, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't want bacon soap. But I'm sure they put bacon in chocolate.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Bacon on donuts. It's good.
Yeah.
If you're not a vegetarian.
Right, right, right. Do you have scrubs as well?
No, I only make soap. A lot of my soap maker friends make a lot of other things, but I've made other things, and usually I make those things with my kids because they're things that are not dangerous to make. But my heart is in making and designing soap, and so I that's what I make. So
Okay, so to make a, and I'm ignorant here, to make a scrub,
yeah.
would you just make soap and put something abrasive in it?
I mean, yes. So the scrub that I've made with my girls is it's like a soap base that you whip and you add sugar or salt
Okay,
or
so let me let me tell you my soap fantasies, right?
okay.
All right, so I'm a woodworker,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So I thought about a walnut soap, a pine soap, an oak soap, a sassafras soap, and these all have different smells, right?
Yeah.
So you take the sawdust, you put it in with the soap, and it becomes an exfoliant.
Isn't that like slivers? Wait.
So no good. That's not gonna
No.
work.
No. I do have a cedar soap though. It smells like cedar.
Cedar wood, cedar sawdust off the planer, put in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it comes with tweezers to pull out all of your splinters.
Lawsuits everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so bad idea. Deep fried soap. It's crazy. We are in Texas. Okay, have you had any soap disasters?
Yeah, sure. I mean, soap is a science experiment. I feel like almost every time something can go wrong. So yeah, I've definitely had soap that I have to trash or doesn't work. I mean, you have to measure very precisely. You have to take like mix it at the right temperature.
So
It's
it's
very
formulas,
specific. Yeah,
science.
yeah. So you have to be careful, or yeah,
You know,
disasters.
the last few conversations I've been talking to people about science,
Yeah.
and I'm like, so you believe in science?
Yes. I hope people do.
Some people don't. How many years have you made soap?
So I started like 4 to 5 years ago. I've been making soap.
And how long do you think it took you to master it? And what would you say to a new incoming soaper?
I still don't know if I've mastered it. Um, I don't. I mean,
Humble.
I don't get nervous anymore when I make soap. I'm fairly confident that it will turn out. But I would say it took a couple years to be very confident in what I was doing. And there are still, I mean, I threw out a batch of soap last week. So
Okay, so why'd you throw out that batch of soap?
that one was a fragrance oil issue. It was all fine until I poured in the fragrance, and then it was bad.
Oh, the reaction wasn't right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good.
Huh.
Yeah.
So how many ingredients does soap usually take to make?
It depends on your recipe. So,
Let's say the most basic soap.
I mean, the most basic soap you would need lye and water and oil. And you could make soap with that if your measurements are correct. So my basic recipe has like 4 oils, and then I add, the lye and water to the oils, but then I have other things I add, like an exfoliant, and your scent and your color, clays, depending on what you're making.
Clay?
Clay, like rose clay or French green clay. You can add clay.
Like clay, dirt clay.
No. I mean, it's like clay for your skin, like a clay mask or something.
Got it.
Clay you can add to your soap.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay. You do wood, I do soap.
Yep. What is your biggest challenge making soap?
Oh, I don't know. It's all great.
So no challenges.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, making soap can be hard. You do have to be careful. I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's a piece of cake, but I love it. I love every part of it. So
Oh, she goes, anything handmade you encounter batches that you have to bury. I have you love the graveyard for all of my that did not turn out right. Yeah.
yes, yeah. Soap graveyard. That should be a thing.
What oils do you use?
Well, I have like maybe 3 recipes that I switch between that have different oils. So my one of my main recipes is olive oil, coconut oil, palm oil, and castor oil. I have one with sweet almond oil. I have a facial bar with babassu oil.
What kind?
Babassu. Babassu
What?
oil. I think it's a nut, a babassu nut.
Okay. Yeah, there's lots of nut oils from all over the world.
Yeah. My salt bar is 100% coconut oil. So it kind of depends on what I'm making. If I'm making a body bar or a facial bar or a salt bar.
What's a salt bar?
A salt bar is it's like 50% sea salt. So you just add a lot of salt. It makes the bar really hard.
Is that like an exfoliant?
Yeah, so it's like a little bit scrubby. The lather is like extra bubbly. It's great. They're nice.
All right. Amy Hume, 1991. You inspired me to try so many new things with my soap making.
Oh, thanks.
And yes, Babaku is a nut.
Babassu. I don't know if
Babassu,
is that the same thing? Is Babaku the same as Babassu? I'm not sure. Maybe they know. They probably know. I don't know.
Maybe they know. Where? Okay, you didn't answer. What would you say for new soap makers that are trying to get in the game? What advice would you give them?
Oh, I guess my advice would be to just keep making soap. Just experiment over and over, even when it's try it again. That's kind of, I feel like the best way to learn how to make soap is by messing up or having batches mess up and figuring it out. So making a lot of soap, which can be hard if you don't have a market to sell the soap, but make a lot of small batches of soap.
Okay. All right. Where do you want to go next?
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty happy where I mean, I feel like not that I've obviously reached my full potential, but as far as working from my home,
Would you consider a shop?
I would consider having studio space, sure. There is something nice about just being at home and having it just be right here.
Overhead.
Yeah. And the profit margin on a bar of soap is, kind of tiny. So I don't know. I mean, things are good.
All right. Would you start making bath bombs?
I've made them. I don't know if I'd make them to sell. I feel like they're really tricky, and I'm sure I could get it if I practiced. They're hard, and I feel like they're hard to ship because you ship them and they've cracked, and so maybe someday I might make a bath bomb before I'd make a scrub because there's a little bit more creative liberty with a bath bomb, but they're hard. Bravo to all those soapers out there making bath bombs.
What is a bath bomb?
It's like a fizzy ball that you put in a bath and it like bubbles and
blows up.
Kind of. It makes your bath feel nice. Yeah.
Okay. Can we get a tour?
A tour
Yeah.
of my room?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is actually my lovely desk where I do a lot of photography and videos. Lots of great sunlight right here. So that's a good spot. That chair right there is my dog's chair. She sits right there to see out the window. This is just a little curing rack. That's where I cut my soap. And then let's see, this corner, another curing rack. I have another one of those in the closet, but the closet is just more soap. And then I make soap in my kitchen. So
Okay.
no, I have like a few rolly carts that I roll back and forth to my kitchen with my soap supplies on it, but that's it.
Okay, so we got a couple of questions here.
Okay.
What materials are the soap nets that you use made from?
Oh, my soap nets. They're plastic. They are. I actually probably have one in this drawer.
Yeah, let's see one.
These.
Oh.
So you can put a bar of soap in here. I use these a lot for samples because you can put tiny soap in there. My little, when you use a bar of soap and it's almost gone, I stick it in here. So this is plastic, so recycle it, please. I do like plastic better than the cloth ones. The cloth ones gross me out a little bit. I feel like they're growing some mold or something. So, but they're great. They stretch, so you can put a big bar in there as well.
All right. I'm starting to make soaps as a hobby, but have damaged a lot. I feel like I am not mixing the correct oils or the amounts. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, I would suggest measuring exactly to the ounce. And
it's a science.
It's a science. And one thing that might help if you have a hard time measuring exactly is to switch your recipe to grams, because that will force you to be very, very careful with your measurements. So I would measure very carefully, and then maybe also goes with that next question about what temperature do you soap at. I soap a lot cooler than when I started. When I was learning how to make soap, everything said like 100 to 120 to mix your soap, and that's too hot. I think I have much more success when I soap more like 80 to 90 degrees. So soap a little cooler and measure very precisely.
Book suggestions?
Yeah, I have a favorite book. I wish it was sitting right here.
Is it close?
Artisanal, no, but my laptop is right here. I will look up the exact name of it.
Okay.
Yeah, books are helpful. Anything by Anne-Marie, Soap Queen, is also good. I do feel like a lot of her recipes though call for more complex ingredients. So this book I'm about to suggest though has very normal ingredients if I can find it.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna read another question.
Okay, do.
Can you recommend any soap making kits or sell them just as a hobby?
Man, I have been asked to make a kit before. Soap making does require kind of a lot of ingredients and a lot of equipment. So I don't know. I guess I would start small, like try to find a recipe with only a few ingredients, and then only get the necessities. Get a mold, get a stick blender, and get a scale, and get a thermometer. And then obviously grow your, soap making collection from there. I'm gonna ask one of my kids to grab my soap book. So yeah, I should make a kit. There should be such a thing. Probably on Brambleberry you can buy, a kit that has everything.
I think you should do it.
I probably should. That sounds like a lot of work.
It does. It does. But it's revenue.
Yeah. I do have, if nobody comes with my book, on my Instagram feed, on my favorite products highlight, I might have the book linked there. And if I don't, I can link it there. I use the book a lot. I use a lot of the recipes from that book. So I should probably have it saved to my highlight. Brambleberry does have them. Thanks, buddy. Okay, this is my favorite soap book. I will link it on my Instagram stories with an Amazon link. You can get it on Amazon. Lots of good recipes. And
how much is it?
15, 12. Cheap.
How many pages?
A lot. And there's great things like an oil chart, and it scales up and down your recipes for you. So it'll have a recipe with, you know, a 2-pound batch, a 4-pound batch, and an 8-pound batch, because you do have to recalculate every time. You can't just double.
Are there lots of pictures in there, or is just
There's no pictures. Oh no, there are some. It's mostly text. It's a good read though.
What do you think is better, micas or natural colorants?
Man, I use both. I actually love the combination of using both. I have no moral opposition to micas, so I do use micas, but I love natural colorants as well, and I use them a lot.
How do you choose which fragrances to combine for your soaps?
Personal preference. I definitely just lean towards, you know, citrusy, fruity. So if they smell good together, I mix them. And if they smell good alone, I don't. So trial and error.
Right. It says, have a book for another country.
I don't know. I don't know if you could get this. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll link it after this. I will link it and you can see if you can find it.
So, have I missed anything?
I don't know.
Is there anything that that's coming up that you want to talk about?
No. Do you feel well informed?
I do.
Good.
I do.
Good.
I do. How do you feel about lavender?
I hate lavender. Oh, I know who that is. I hate lavender. It smells so bad. I don't like it. I have no lavender soap.
This is another one too. How long do you typically cure soaps? And you answered that 6 weeks.
I'm like 4 to 6 weeks. I feel good about 4 weeks. I know some people say you have to do 6, but I feel pretty good about 4. I feel like I can kind of now feel it out. Just by picking up a bar, I can tell if it's pretty much done. So.
Do you pH test your soaps?
If I'm worried about it, yes. Most of the time, no. I don't pH. I have pH strips and I occasionally test.
Okay. Jeff wanted to know if you have soap for your hair.
No. As a hairstylist, I'm a little bit anti-shampoo bars. So no, I do not make them. You should all use professional shampoo and conditioner from your stylist.
Could you give me a tip about taking pictures of soap?
Sure. Natural light is my best tip. Find somewhere with good light, good time of day, natural light, keep your background consistent.
Where do you purchase your molds?
Amazon. I have those linked on my Instagram highlight bubble as well.
Hello from Portugal. Do you have some advice for beginners?
Yeah, do a lot of research, watch a lot of videos, read a lot of books, and make a lot of soap.
Do you test the pH after trace?
No. If I test pH, I test a cured bar.
All right. Now, let me tell you what
you.
the last 10 minutes have been. The last 10 minutes have been a call for you to do lives and answer these questions.
I don't know, man. I am happy to answer any question, though. And if you guys DM me, I will happily answer.
Yeah. You can get on live and have your 13-year-old read the questions and you answer them.
Well, that chance, but I'd love to answer all your questions. This is not my comfort zone, for sure.
You're doing well.
Well, thank you.
So I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much.
Of course, yeah. This was fun. Thank you for having me. Are we all
Absolutely.
done?
I think.
Okay.
Okay, wait a second. I struggle tremendously with soda ash on top of my soap. Any advice?
Oh, yeah. Do a water discount. That is the best thing. Spraying with alcohol doesn't work for me. You guys are so nice. Thanks. So my favorite water discount is to just double your lye amount. I think it's called a 50% lye solution. So if you need 4 ounces of lye, use 8 ounces of water. It makes such a difference. And you can't do that if you're trying to work with your soap quite a bit. Like if you're going to do a crazy pattern, you might not have enough time to work with it. But if you just want to make a charcoal bar that's black on top, cut your water quite a bit.
And how do you make charcoal soap?
You add activated charcoal.
What's activated charcoal?
It's charcoal. It's black powder. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I don't know the true science, but it's charcoal.
Pour some in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, measure it, but pour some in. Yeah.
If it's okay for me to ask, do you have a tip to increase Insta followers?
To increase Instagram followers?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Sure. I mean, I don't consider myself an Instagram expert, but I can tell you what I've done. So post consistently. I feel like once I started posting every day, that helped. Don't overpost. Don't do too in your feed. If you have the urge to post more, post in your stories. Stories also help. Videos help. Engaging with your followers helps. So be nice. Be nice on the internet.
I think engaging is a big thing.
Yeah.
I think that's very important.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
Those are my tips.
All right, Amber. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Same to you. Thanks so much. Thanks,
Keep
everybody.
making those soaps.
So nice. So nice.
And I just want to tell your wonderful followers, she's very shy, and it took me a little while to get her to agree to this. She was like, let me think about it. 3 weeks later, hey, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right.
So thank you very, very much, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
Oh, someone asked another question.
Okay, what's
Do you
that?
use a lot of avocado oils in your soaps?
A lot? No, but I do have a recipe or two that have avocado oil. I like avocado oil. It's a great oil.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go after that.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.